as part of its objective to save lives and protect the health and livelihood of vulnerable people from the impact of climate-related disasters, with focus on flooding in Nigeria. The Disaster Reduction and Social Safety had organized national conference and dissemination meeting in Abuja with a theme, Collaboration for Disaster Management in Nigeria Problems and Prospects. Speaking to newsmen, the country director of Christian Aid, Yemi Tokpe Fashola, and some of the participants lend their voices on the benefits and the take-home messages from the conference.
The essence of this conference is to create a bit more awareness around and to enable the stakeholders to know what is possible. And you can see in the room the key stakeholders that are in the room, ranging from the federal NEMA to the state SEMAs to the local government LENCs to community members to civil society organizations as well as different groups, because disaster risk reduction is a job for everyone, and every stakeholder being enlightened, and emboldened about what is possible to use disaster risk reduction. And for us increasingly, this is very important to us because it is key to saving lives. It is key to ensuring that we don't keep people in extreme poverty, because when disaster happens, you're only making a case that is already bad worse. That's why we're trying to ensure that we're creating an enabling opportunity to facilitate those conversations of what is possible to reducing disaster in our communities. We've learned what is key is that the same investment we make in response, if we make half of that in preparedness, it could actually reduce the impact, on disaster if it happens. Sometimes it will prevent it from happening. So I guess one of the key messaging for us, apart from ensuring that stakeholders are working together and we demystify issues around rivalry between agencies, is also to encourage investment in preparedness. Because when you invest in preparedness like strategic planning, like vulnerability assessment, like understanding the communities and what they require and what they need to prevent or mitigate against prevention, then you are preventing disaster from happening. And if we can invest more in that, which doesn't actually require as much as what we invest in response. So for us, that's one of the key lessons we're seeing and is being shared during the conference.
As I earlier mentioned on the stage, it is not all about the head of the agency, it's about the government, that is the governor and his policies. Our governor, the governor of the state, made it part of the number one part of the sustainable agenda to provide safety and security to our citizens. And of course, if we are talking about safety and security, the issue of emergency and disaster cannot be avoided. So part of its priorities, what we have is to make sure that everything that has to do with security, safety, and emergency is his consideration. So it will be disastrous if we will complain about funding. What will be funded for? And what is it that we have now? When we came board as a governor of the state, we x-rayed all the agencies and understand the impact of the SEMA as an agency. At the same time, we made it clear by the policy council whether we get the adults that we will not jump, we will not play with the promises and the mandate given to the governor. So he made it as a must for us to put all preparedness measures in order to completely avoid human-based disasters and mitigate all forms of natural disasters. So funding is never a problem in the state because not to mention the military allocation, International Emergency Management Agency will have stipulated a huge amount of money kept aside as standing order by the governor to help address all security and emergencies that might come to play. At the same time, not just to be in the angle of response, His Excellency made it clear that we should make sure, one, for the issue of flooding, for the issue of all outbreaks, we should provide a kind of sensation and awareness across the state. So, like 30 days that we have in the month, 4 weeks, we used to have at least four sensation and awareness, either for areas, either in the fire incident scheme and other related things. So funding is never approved or never to conduct state emergency or to anything that have to do with security and safety in the state. That is why we, apart from the state at the center, SEMA, that is why the state government always also make it available to certain our LEMs, local emergency management committee, to have a certain amount of resources that is allocated and channeled each and every local government each and every month, in which the local government vice chairman and the chairman of LEMC and other relevant stakeholders, even the community, to build the community resilience on the issue of disaster mitigation or preparedness.
Finally, SEMA is just like a coordinator. We work with stakeholders. The stakeholders revolve around us, like fire service, Minister of Environment, Minister of Works. You see that if disaster occur like flooding, it happens in my state, 2022. We engage even the private sector, construction companies helping us with their implement to assist evacuate people. I hope you understand. There is no challenge as I see it. What you need, the main thing is to coordinate, to be able to coordinate the sectors, bring them together so that in the event of an incident, they can all come in. Incident, be it fire incidents, be it flood, I hope you understand, or communal crisis. Yes, so police are there, road safety are there, civil defense are there, a lot of organizations join hands together in order to achieve our objective. God be the glory. In Jigawa State, we enjoy peace. We enjoy peaceful coexistence. We hardly had any communal crisis. We don't have it. Our people are very obedient and are very patient with the government. So we had never experienced such crisis. In fact, it is even the aftermath of our neighbors, Yobe, Maiduguri. You will see them, the internally displaced person, moving to Jigawa State because of our peaceful nature. Yes.
So can we say other states should learn from you?
Learn from us. Our government is up and doing to see that everybody is doing his business without any interference. Yes.
Thank you. Your next
Goodwill are not always accepted necessarily. Goodwill is your personal thing. Acceptance of goodwill is the individuals who you're presenting your goodwill to. I know of people who brought good news at the end of the interview. So I brought just good news and goodwill, whatever it is, but I'm hoping that I will be able to make it a reality. Having it is one thing, presenting it and making it come to light is another. Nigeria is a complex country. It doesn't matter what you have. If you're not careful, it could be thwarted. Well, coordination will never stop. Disasters will never end. We only are trying our best to make disasters limited. We're trying to make the effect of disasters bearable. But you cannot mitigate disasters. Disasters can happen by nature, they can happen by human-induced disasters are there. So everyday policies will change. Policies are living documents. So they metamorphose and they change with time. They are dynamic. So as time changes, situations changes, social antics and social classes are changes, environmental things are happening, situations, government and everything, interest everywhere, they all culminate into being disasters at some point. And that means disasters policies have to continue to metamorphose. So for us, even at this time, to be talking about preparedness, it's a good thing. We will never stop talking about preparedness. You prepare every time. When you prepare and a disaster happens, you will exhaust what you had prepared and start preparing again. So that's it. It has to be. It gives you a bigger platform. It's not bigger than that because you are at the place of making policies and then you are at the place of monitoring, and also you'll be able to have, like I said, a wider reach. For me, it's just being in politics is just to create a bigger platform for my humanitarian endeavor. If you serve in politics well, you're still being a humanitarian because you are there for the people. So a humanitarian is just someone who is serving the people, and you can serve the people in politics as well. So yeah.
So we have learned a lot. We have learned to work in a team, collectively, work with stakeholders, engage all the relevant stakeholders in fighting a disaster, risk reduction, and then we are going to take away a sustainable system of working in the state, because these partners, that is Christian Aid, have been working in Sokoto State for the past 30-something months, and the project now is ending. So now we learn that it's our turn to go back and sustain what they have been doing and the good work they have been implementing in the state. They always, and I will advise the state government to strengthen the capacity of our MDAs, that is number one, and to take disaster management responses as one of our best priorities, because disaster risk reduction just take very few in the budget, but response, that is intervention, giving relief materials, above a lot of budget. So disaster preparedness is the best and has less budget cost.
Thank you very much, sir.
Nigerians were assured at the conference that proper coordination and timely decision-making at ward, local, state, and federal level for early actions and emergency response would be taken as a priority in order to save lives and protect the health of the people. Augustus Oche Ifene, Delegate TV, Abuja.